Hey everybody, Vanessa here, registered dietitian, nutritionist. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a power produce salad bowl. Here is what you need for this recipe. We're going to be using some kale, some shredded cabbage, carrots, steamed acorn squash, cucumber slices, and hemp seeds. For our dressing, we're going to use some tahini, some lemon juice, miso, garlic, maple syrup, and water. So before we start building our salad, I do want to talk a little bit about how to make a really great power produce salad. Now, salads are great. I am a big fan. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a number of snapshots of the many salads that I like to enjoy. But again, remember, to build a balanced salad, we want to include high fiber carbohydrates, some protein, some healthy fats, and lots of color to really get that sustained energy, that fullness, and that satisfaction from your meal. I do want to talk a little bit about the color component, right? So in a salad, the color component are the vegetables, right? It's the produce. And normally I would just encourage you to have whichever vegetables you like, whatever you enjoy. But there are some types of vegetables that I particularly recommend consuming on a regular basis because they are just so good for health. Now, the first type is leafy green vegetables. Leafy green vegetables are particularly good for you because they are so nutrient dense. Nutrient density is essentially a very high concentration of micronutrients, so vitamins and minerals, per calorie. So leafy greens, very few calories, but very, very nutritious. Another type of vegetable that is really good for you are vegetables from the Cruciferous family. So think about things like cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli and bok choy. Now, all of the vegetables in this family are particularly good for protecting against cancer. They have very strong cancer-fighting compounds. And another really good vegetable that often gets the cold shoulder are any vegetables from the Allium family. Now think of leeks and garlic and onions and shallots and even chives. All of these vegetables, not particularly rich in vitamins or minerals, but very rich in phytonutrients. These are nutrients or plant-based compounds that are very antioxidant and very anti-inflammatory. So when you're building your salad, don't forget, we want to include some fiber, some protein, some fat, and some color. And if you're able to get some leafy greens in there, some cruciferous vegetables in there, and some vegetables from the Allium family, you are on your path to health. All right, so we're going to get started on our power produce salad bowl. I'm going to start with a really great and simple vinaigrette, tahini dressing. So what we're going to need to start this off is some tahini. Now tahini is, think of peanut butter, but with sesame seeds. So that's what you get. It's tahini, so it's like a seed butter, if you will. So I'm going to start with some of that. Next up, I'm going to add some miso paste. I'm using a dark miso paste. If you're new to miso and are not sure of the flavor, there are different ranges of color. The darker the color, the stronger the flavor. I've got some lemon juice as well, a garlic clove, a little bit of maple syrup, and I'm going to add some water as well to thin it all out. A pinch of salt for flavor and just to round this all off. And now I'm just gonna blend this up until it's really, really silky smooth. All right, so a good 30 seconds should do it. So now we've got this beautiful, just so you can see that, really luscious, really creamy dressing. I'm gonna put it aside here, and we're going to use it in just a second. All right, our dressing is done. Now let's get started on our bowl, right, with our produce. So you can really have fun with this. I'm going to be using some of the vegetables that I have on hand that I like to enjoy, some of my favorites, but you could really have fun and use the ones that you'd like. So I'm going to start off with my leafy green base, right? We spoke about it before. I'm going to be using some kale. I'm just going to chop it up a little bit smaller. It's a little bit more palatable that way. So I'm going to chop up some fresh kale, put it right in the bottom of my bowl here. Now the great thing about kale is that it kind of, remember those food groups that we spoke about before, so the leafy green vegetables and the cruciferous vegetables? Well, actually kale kind of is on both teams. So it's a leafy green vegetable and is also part of the cruciferous family, which is why it's such a nutritious vegetable and we talk about it so much. But I'm gonna load up on some more veggies in the cabbage family. I've got some shredded purple cabbage here that I'm gonna add as well. And I usually like to recommend to my clients, to my friends, to try to aim for at least 2 colors per plate. So, I mean, we're gonna go way beyond that today, but this is going to ensure that by getting different colored foods, you're going to be getting a different nutritional variety as well. So I'm gonna take 1 carrot and I'm just going to shave it. And it's really simple. It looks really fancy, but all you need to do is take a vegetable peeler like this and just shave it, like so. So I'm gonna go for, this is perfect like this. And don't throw this other piece away. We're just gonna keep it here for snacking for later. All right, so I've got some carrots, some cabbage, some kale. I've got some cucumber as well. I've got some acorn squash. Now, acorn squash, I've just sliced this and I steamed it. So I like to do this a big batch at a time. I steamed it for 5 minutes, that's all you need. I'm just gonna lay this around the top. Really great starchy vegetable, really nutritious, great for you, and really fun alternative to a potato or things that you might use typically. So don't be afraid to venture out when you're at the grocery store and pick up some squash. So I'm gonna add some of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and also add a green onion. So I'm just gonna slice this up. And when you're doing green onions, I mean, the white part and the green part are all edible, so try not to waste as much as you can. Pour this over the top like so. And we're almost there. All I've got left is a little bit of hemp seeds. Now the hemp seeds are going to act as the protein part of this recipe. So hemp seeds, if you're new to them, are really great source of protein. A few tablespoons really packs a high punch in terms of protein, and really great if you're in a pinch. You could actually carry those around and just toss them over a salad if you're at work, for example. Also really healthy fats in here as well. But of course, you can choose whichever protein you have at home to dress your balanced salad bowl. And I'm just going to drizzle some of this tahini dressing over the top, like so. And there you have it. A beautiful power produce salad bowl. Now, if you decide to give this recipe a try or build your own salad bowl, I would love to see it. So please share it over social media, either on Instagram, #balancedbowls. If you want this recipe, you can go to motivenutrition.com. And while you're there, you can jump onto our mailing list and you will receive a free guide all about how to build your own balanced bowls at home. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.